Right,
Yes,
recording's on.
Let's call to order. Hello, everyone. It's good to see all of you.
Hi.
You do.
So I'm excited for what we're going to see tonight in Penny's scavenger hunt.
Yes.
I have to, Flavio. Is Flavio on? Where's Flavio?
No, he's not on.
The galleon came. It was awesome. Nice job.
Lots of
Anyway.
Okay, I have,
Okay, everybody.
before we start that, I've got one. I published a new book, so.
Oh, cool.
Vive la France.
Yeah. So anyway, that's going to be for the book project.
What's the title?
I forgot. Mostly pears.
Oh.
And I'm not talking about the fruit. We're talking about.
Yeah, I was thinking it's all bosoms.
Yeah.
Or butt cheeks.
Yeah. So,
I thought it said mostly Paris.
You know, it looks like a friend of mine. I gave it to her, and that's what she thought it was. She thought it was mostly Paris, and then she started looking through it and said, "These don't look like Paris photos." Then she went back and reread the title.
Would you show us the book again? I want to see.
Show us page 6.
Mostly Paris?
Mostly pears. P-A-I-R-S. Here's.
Pairs of photos. Oh, okay.
Cool.
Well, it's really, they're photos that have most of them have a relationship. There's some single images in there just to break up the flow. But usually on facing pages, there's some relation between the photographs.
Well, sounds interesting.
Cool.
Nice. Very interesting.
Yeah, well, hopefully. I've lost something here. Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Alan,
Somebody's sharing
see
this.
on DaVinci Resolve site,
Oh, okay.
versions, the free version and the $299 version.
I go with the cheaper one. Oh, no, I had this program on my computer earlier, and then I deleted it about a year ago when they upgraded the operating system. So I didn't know you could get it. Oh, cool. Well,
does it?
If you go to the DaVinci website and you scroll right to the very bottom, and you get the choice of either paying $299 or getting it free.
Oh, that sounds good. I like free.
Is it Windows based as well?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so. I wouldn't guarantee it, but yeah.
That's the $299 version is the Windows one. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you just type in DaVinci Resolve, you'll get there. You'll find their website. I'm pretty sure it's available for Windows too. Yeah. Right. Oh, look at that lovely kitty.
Nice pull on that cat.
Yeah.
You know, Da Vinci was supposedly a very flamboyant person.
Yeah.
And he liked to dress in purples and pinks. And that's how flamboyant he was.
Now I have to say that you can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear.
Mm-hmm.
And the quality of the video we get from these recordings isn't that great. So I would expect 4K video.
Well, it's free.
Yes, it's not the program. Yeah. Anyway, are we going to start or what?
Sure, let's start.
Yes, I think it's time to start. And let me just take a minute to ask Penny to tell us about
what?
for future field trips, fun.
Yeah. For this month, on the 26th, toward the end of the month is a Saturday, we're going to go to San Luis Obispo, meeting at the Mission Plaza at 9 a.m. And the idea of the field trip is to do what's called mindful photography. And there's an article in the Galleon that explains what that is. And I'm going to start out our field trip with 10 or 15 minutes worth of mindful exercises to get us in the mood.
You'll need to bring your mind with you.
Yes.
If you start
to get us in the mood. And mindfulness is really, all over the place. And it also applies to photography, which is mainly trying to get more in touch with your powers of observation and kind of go at a slower pace than what we're used to perhaps on our photograph trips. And so that's the plan, and have to follow the
Nice. I like
COVID guidelines and everything, being that we'll be together as a group.
I did read the article. It's a good article.
Oh, good.
Sounds interesting.
Well, I thought that somebody would be intrigued enough to come. I hope so. And I think SLO is a good place to go, just right around the downtown area there, to catch different subjects are all over the place.
Yeah.
The thing I'm worried about is if there's a protest march that's getting together at the Mission. Well,
We'll photograph
around
them.
that.
Yeah.
Street photography.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's
Total
see.
journalism.
And then October, after the program meeting, Tony's going to be presenting different some techniques on either developing or photography. I'm not sure which. He knows though. And then afterwards, the idea in October is to practice some of those tricks that he showed us, or to maybe have your own little challenge of something that you wanted to learn to do, or go out and photograph different things, and bring those to show and tell then the following month. Also, I was reading in the San Luis paper about the Scarecrow Festival up in Cambria, that they have a plan where they have 4 viewing areas that are themed, that you can go and see outside. So perhaps a field trip to go do that. If there's interest, let me know so I can decide whether to do it or not.
The
I think about
scarecrows
maybe
are
doing
always
it.
outside.
Well, they're in groups though. They're
They didn't
groups.
used to be there like in front of storefronts and every place. Every merchant had their own out front.
I guess people to read those wandering around town. I don't know, but for some reason they're grouping them.
Huh.
Yeah.
And then you have a November trip to Yosemite and something working on for February.
Well,
No.
it's Yosemite. That's
Utah.
February.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So I'm looking into February. If those that haven't done the Horsetail Falls chase, that we would try it. I think it might be a good opportunity because of COVID, that there might be less crowding than the usual for those Horsetail Fall photos.
Is that in February?
I'm sorry?
Did you say that was February?
Yes.
Okay.
It'd be around the
Right around the middle of the
17th
month.
to 19th is supposed to be the peak time to go. So
Yeah, I haven't done any of these. I've been to Yosemite a number of times, but this is just a day trip. Is that right? Or you plan on staying over? And if you are staying over, are there reservations required? And how long does it take to get those?
yeah, it would be with reservations. So if that would be staying in El Portal.
So not in the park.
Yeah, not in the park.
Okay.
For most people, it's a lot easier to be just in El Portal.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right now, you do have to have reservations to enter the park as well.
in February,
We don't know, but right now you
we don't
do.
know.
Yeah.
There's too many questions right now, but by next month I'll have some dates that people can work with.
Okay. Great.
And those that are interested to go to Zion and Bryce, those are still going, being in Springdale, Utah, Zion, November 1st, and staying over there 3 nights, and then go to Bryce Canyon for 2 nights. So those that would like to join the club on a field trip, that'd be a lot of fun. I hope we can still have good enough weather to do the Narrows hike, to go up the river and all that good stuff. So
That's November this year?
yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And there's a flyer in the Galleon about it.
Okay.
In December, I think taking a break and just doing a subject that we could share later on in January. That's all.
I want to remind you all to enter images for the competition, which is later this month on September the 16th. And Jim McInnes has rounded up an amazing judge. I looked at his website and kind of blown away. His name is Bernard Fallon, and the Galleon has information about how you can see his website. He's a painter. And what happened? Are you there?
Yes. We're here.
Yeah.
We see you.
Okay, I can't see you. So at any rate, it's coming back. I don't know. At any rate, the information on how to get to his to see his website is in the Galleon. I'd encourage you to look at his paintings and his photography. They seem to be kind of different and but really interesting. He's obviously a very talented artist, and so I'm expecting great things from him as a judge. And so please let's get some entries in and make it a good showing for that. I do not have a judge yet for.
Is there a theme?
There's no theme. I do not have a judge yet for October, and there is a theme in October, and that theme is
Blur.
October.
Blur. Thank you.
Intentional blur.
It's a blur to me too.
Yes, intentional blur. And we do need a judge. And so if you know of someone, we've had some just excellent because we're doing this online, so we can get people who are live right local. So if you know of someone who might be willing to be a judge, please send that forward to me. I will communicate with them. Hopefully you've asked them maybe if they'd be willing beforehand. So I just help me with that.
It's still a $50 stipend, right?
Yes,
Yes, it is.
I believe so.
Yes. Yes. So I think that's all I have with that. Does anyone have before we get started on the program?
Yes. We have a board meeting coming up, right?
We do. Thank you. Yes, we have a board meeting that is scheduled for calendar here. Board meeting. Oh, the 15th, the day before the competition. Tuesday, the 15th, 7 p.m. Pardon me?
September?
September the 15th, yeah. And I'll ask Rosie to send out reminders the week before.
Okay.
So I suggest for the next month for the judge, when we have the dinner, we could get him intentionally drunk so that all of our photos would be blurred intentionally.
I kind of thought we could find somebody that has vision issues and take their glasses away.
All of my are consistently out of focus, so I think that I'm going to win that.
That's good.
For some reason or other, we can only see us.
I don't know.
And there's a button on the bottom, join me. Click that. If we're gone, we'll come back.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Wait,
Yeah, we can
look,
see.
there's people. There's people.
Okay, what do you get?
You're there twice now. You got a feedback thing going.
Okay.
Really bad feedback.
It's double decker.
But the problem with the two of you is we're getting weird sounds from you. Sounds from you.
Let me get, okay.
Well, you're on twice.
You're
I can
on
see
twice.
your video twice.
It's a
Yes.
double decker.
That's why the feedback. So click out of one of those.
Leave the meeting.
You can mute one of
First
those.
meeting.
Okay. Oh, muted one. Better?
No,
Yeah, we still get the feedback. Sorry.
Let me know if you get it figured out.
I think it was
Oh, that's bad.
so Cheryl.
You're on twice again. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
And Flavio's joined us.
Hey, Flavio.
Hey.
Hey.
Sorry, I receive only now the invitation.
Yeah, for some reason, like Jeannie, Flavio said he didn't get the message.
Yeah.
I'll have to recheck the distribution list.
Yes.
Cheryl, can you see us?
I cannot, I tried, I'm so messed up here. I can't,
There's some little buttons at the top. Do you see the little buttons up at the top? You have some little buttons.
You have to roll your cursor up there.
Yeah.
buttons at the top.
There, it's on the screen. It's like a little icons up at the top on the right.
Yeah, the
Screen.
different views.
If you roll your cursor, it'll say active speaker and
You can find any meetings about WebEx.
grid view.
Grid, active speaker video view.
They're white circles actually on a gray background on my computer.
Yep.
On the
Yes.
bottom.
I don't have that.
You're just seeing, or who do you see? Yourself?
Nothing. I'm gonna turn that. I'm gonna get out and come back.
Are you,
The best thing to do is disconnect and reconnect.
or
Yeah.
maybe you have a program in front of it, but you just close it down and then the screen is behind it.
I wish that was true.
Yeah, just leave the meeting and reconnect, Cheryl. There you go.
Well, meanwhile, Greg, how many entries do we have for the scavenger hunt?
Too many to count.
Oh, no, come on.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people with 8 submissions. And then I think some of our attendees are going to share their own.
Yeah, I got a share. I got one to share.
So
Yeah.
64 images that I have.
Good.
Wow.
Great. Okay, so my idea was that each of us would do our group together to share all at one time, so that you would go through your different photos one after another, rather than try to find something red and how to share that. I didn't want poor
Yeah.
Greg to have to do that. So when your time comes up, Greg will let you know, and if he has your photos, then we'll go through them. And I'll do my best for judging, but it's going to be kind of half-baked. I can tell you that already.
Oh,
That's cool.
we're going to be judged.
Just do it
Penny,
regularly.
Penny, I'm sure it will be 3/4 baked with you.
She's just gonna give us virtual hugs.
Yes, everyone gets one of those. But if there's something especially outstanding, I think you can be recognized for it.
Okay, so are we waiting for the Deckers?
Yes. Well, our 7 o'clock meeting, it's now 7:34 and we've done nothing.
Yeah, we did. We chewed the fat.
We
We've had fun.
socialized. We
Right.
socialized.
Yeah.
That was the social half hour.
That's right.
Get a glass of wine.
I got mine, Jim.
I'll be back.
I got
Take a
beer.
break right now. Okay. See you guys in a
All
few.
Maybe we should have got some wine on.
Yeah.
What is
I'll get
uh,
sign up.
what was the most difficult assignment of the 8 that I gave you for the hunt?
Something
What was-
that smelled good.
Oh, really? You couldn't
Well,
think of anything?
I thought of a couple things, but that was the most challenging for me.
Interesting. Well, then I'm very interested to know what you're going to do for toilet paper.
Little roses.
Yeah.
So she is.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that delay. Okay. But
I would like to do that. I thought it was really fun. I'd like to do it again with.
I thought it was, yeah. Penny, I have a question about that. Did you come up with these categories on your own, or do you have something that you ran across, had the suggestions?
Well, I did see some other clubs that are doing something similar, the online scavenger hunt. And then I added and subtracted from different lists and thought of a couple myself too.
Yeah, there was an interesting, it was doable, but it's still challenging. So I liked that.
Yeah, and I hope that it was a fun assignment overall too. Not too difficult, but maybe some challenge for you.
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready to start?
Yep.
yes, yes.
Hit it, baby.
Here we go, Ed.
Okay, this is Cheryl's first image.
Okay, and this is something or someone that helps me get through the pandemic.
Oh boy.
That's number 1.
Very appropriate.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Are you going to talk about it, Cheryl?
No.
I use this in the emergency department. You could, the left side of that mask, it has gel there because those N95s are so uncomfortable. And so it's an N95 with the gel suctions to your face. It's much more comfortable. So, I'm there like 9, 10 hours. So,
Can you reuse that mask for over?
yeah, the white part is a filter that you take out, and I put it in the sun for a couple days and let it decudify, and then I have other ones to put in there.
Was that an official medical diagnosis? Decudify?
It was.
That's an official term.
Decudify. Yeah.
Were you a pediatrician in another lifetime?
I've tried not to be, but I've had to take care of little fomites before.
Yeah. All right, this is your second image.
Something soft.
Oh,
That's my
Kitty cat.
Sleeping.
What's the kitty cat's name?
Gigi.
It was the one that was on her shoulder.
Yeah, that was
Oh, thank you.
nice.
That's good.
Next image.
Favorite food.
Ooh.
This is why I can never be a vegan.
But it looks really good. Just perfectly cooked.
Yeah, bacon, bacon, bacon.
Oh, that's good.
That's perfect.
That is so cute.
I love that. Look at her. That's it.
Now, did you composite the toilet roll in?
Oh, no. The dog is out there right where that paper roll is.
He knows where to go, so.
Uh-huh. Is that where you guys go to?
I like the way he's looking at it. He's thinking, well, that's a little far for me to reach. I hope I can.
Yeah.
You should see him use it. He just rubs his butt up against
That's funny.
Okay,
Good.
we're going down the tubes here.
Something round.
Oh.
Oh,
This
cute.
Scavenger Hunt when he was a puppy and he had to have some surgery and that's the cone of shame.
Oh, so you have a new puppy.
That's what I like.
No, that was when he was a puppy about a year ago.
Okay. Oh,
Big dog though.
so cute.
Something that smells nice.
Yeah, so
Like
I
that.
really like peonies, and so I rather than just show you a picture of peonies, I tried to do something artistic and sort of made it black and white and then painted it all over.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that is. That's cool.
Mhm. Nice effect.
Okay, and something that reminds me of someone I would like to hug right now.
So she is, I don't know, she's like 15 or 16. She was my mommy's kitty, and my mother died in 2012, and I inherited her kitty, Jojo.
Oh.
And so she's with us, and every time I hug her, I feel like I'm hugging my mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Mouser. We have like 8 cats. She's the only one that mouses.
She's a pretty thing.
Something red.
Bean is a estate man.
Very good, Cheryl. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hot diggity.
Okay, Mr. Ed.
Okay, I think this must be something soft. That was at Yosemite. We were there in July. Not near the usual crowds. We were on trail to Nevada Falls. And this was a guy, well, you know, if you've been to Yosemite, you know how the animals are there. So I photographed this guy, and he fits the category for something soft, and there he is.
Looks like he's about to jump. No, don't do it.
I don't think he's going to do that.
Don't do it. You'll do it.
Next, please. This is also soft. This is Harry the rabbit, and this is at Snow Canyon? Yeah, Snow Canyon Campground near St. George, Utah. And we did one of the hikes out there. I got a nice photograph of a tree out there too that I like, but that's not part of this. Harry was pretty cool. He didn't take direction very well, however. I tried to get him to move away from these little twigs and stuff that were kind of in the way, but he didn't do it. But I got a lot of shots of him, and it was late dusk. This is probably 1600 or 3200 ISO, but he was pretty calm. I just couldn't get him to be where I wanted him to be. He was cool. We got rabbits like that right here in our the paddock next to the patio here, and they're cool. Next, something round.
Yeah.
This is a ghost town somewhere in Nevada. It's not entirely a ghost town. There are some people living there. I don't remember the name of the town now. But we walked up and down the street, and looking west, I saw this building. The shadow was pointing almost to the moon, and I moved so it would point to the moon, and I made this picture, and there it is, and it's for round.
Cool.
This is also for round. So,
Is this a self-portrait?
No, we were on a road to Idaho. This is photographed at Shoshone, Idaho, and there's a little rail yard there and some other stuff. And we were in the old part of town. most of the town is the old part of town. And I was near the Iron Horse Saloon with my tripod and camera, and a guy comes out and he looks at me and kind of scowls, and he says, "Photograph my butt." I said, "I'll photograph your ass pulling down." So he did. And I photographed. He was totally enchanted. He says, "You're all right. You're the greatest." So he goes back into the saloon, apparently tells all his buddies that he came out and asked me to photograph his butt, and I did. So then this young guy comes out. He's probably in his early 20s. He says, "Photograph my butt." And I says, "It pays to advertise, but you got to have something to sell." And I didn't photograph his butt. So this guy's the only guy that got his butt photographed. I got to remember, I want to send a print off to the saloon so they can get it to this guy. It's been a couple of years now. I forgot about it. But, so anyway, there you go.
I'm sure they'll recognize
That
him.
should be the title. Photograph my butt.
You could do a whole series on that. You could have made a
Do a whole
book.
bunch of, yeah, mostly pairs. It'll be really great.
Mostly cracked.
Now, it could turn out to be very interesting if in the book competition we have two books of the same title.
Right.
Okay, this is something that smells nice. This was photographed at the Euphoria
Unlike the
nursery,
butt.
I believe. And it was a very, very astonishingly high saturation yellow orange. So highly saturated that, with digital these days, you can make things, it didn't look believable. It really did not look believable. Even in person, they were astonishingly bright yellow. I thought, this is not, it's just going to get blown off as a digitally ruined photograph with the saturation. So I did it in black and white, and I think it works better. I think I would burn down the leaf at the upper right a little bit more. On this monitor, it looks a little bright. Our monitor, incidentally, is not we're using Penny's iPad, and I don't think it's calibrated very well. Jeannie, I think your squirrel doesn't have such a bright background behind him as I thought it did. This monitor has really accentuated that kind of stuff. But I think I look at that on my monitor and see about maybe burning down that upper right leaf. But anyway, that smells nice. If we go to the greenhouse tour again, I think they have it in April or May or maybe March, sometime it is. They're really nice for photographing these flowers, and the flowers, they are really gorgeous flowers. And you're like in a giant softbox in these greenhouses, and there's no wind, and they let you go in with tripods during the thing, and they've been real great with us. And I've gotten a few very nice photographs there.
And then they snatch the flowers away from you as you're trying to take the pictures of them.
That's happened too. Yeah, some guy trying to be an asshole and succeeding.
They're still working, so they have to. But
so this is another one, something soft. I wrote about that in an email that was going out. We had a conversation about some stuff, and this was immediately rejected by our judge because it was right in the center. But I think for this particular image, that gives it a lot of strength. I like the way the leaves form a nice base to it. And of course, and this is again at one of the nurseries, probably Euphoria again. I'm real happy with it, but that doesn't mean anybody else is.
I agree with you, Ed. I like it how it's ordered.
Yeah, I think sometimes that works. I have a photograph of some railroad tracks and a rail trestle in Ventura, and it's smack in the center. It's very much a Stanley Kubrick thing. The 1-point perspective, center of the frame, vanishing point works better in cinema than it does in stills, but it got a good review from our judge at that point when I entered that one, which is unusual. This was also in Idaho at the City of Rocks or something like that. It's a state park, I think. And this was when, once again, the entire state of California was on fire, and the smoke had drifted all the way into Idaho, and we ended up cutting our trip short. It was just really poopy. But I did, this is what came of it, photographing that. And this is the same City of Rocks again with the orange sun.
That's really nice.
That's wow. That's
Yeah, that's nice with that sun like that.
Yeah, it's cool. And
if you've never seen it, you'd never believe it was real.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are photographs it's like that rose, and one of the reasons that sometimes we don't think it's real is because there's so many images that are so heavily manipulated and processed that it's really stunning. a lot of it,
Well-
and I'm one of them. A lot of people would just immediately think, well, it's been falsified somehow, and some of them aren't. But it's a problem now. That's why I did that. I do
The smoke keeps the sun from being a big white dot.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
You couldn't do it otherwise. So I'd like to go back to City of Rocks again sometime and with better skies, because it was a pretty cool place.
Yeah, they had did you see we were there once, and I was really impressed with the ruts in the ground from the covered stagecoaches.
Yeah, we saw some.
I could not believe that they could even cross that land.
We were looking down on them from up high, and you could see, once you saw the track, you could follow it for part of it. It was very obvious there. It took a little while to notice it, but once we did, the section that we were looking at, it became real clear. Yeah, they're still there. That's been a long time.
It's incredible.
And we were some other places where you could see them, and you could get out right there up real close to them and look at them. So long ago, and all those wagons they pulled across. Man, people were tough in those days. I would not
sure
20
were.
minutes out there.
They were. Well, this is my image. Did you need to say something, Jim?
Yeah, I was just going to say, think about being an early photographer, having all your glass plates, 2,000 pounds worth, in a buckboard.
Yes.
And trying to get someplace in the mountains. I mean,
you're in a tent putting the chemistry together and trying to, it was.
Imagine being a woman pregnant traveling like that.
Those guys, William Henry Jackson, I think he's the guy that lost a bunch of his plates when his mule fell off a cliff or something. But those guys, they worked hard for their photographs.
They sure did.
And some of them.
Sheriff Curtis.
Say, well, okay, it's a nice photograph, but maybe there's some compositional things. You say, well, I do this to whatever it is, but man, they worked hard for those photographs. And some of those glass plates, I forget who the photographer was. Probably more than just one photographer. They didn't save them all, and there was an article in National Geographic that they found plates they had been used as glass plates in a greenhouse. These old photographs, because they were faded out, and they were trying to restore these photos. And I think some of them were Civil War photos, and I just can't remember. But it was a big deal.
We digress. Let's move forward. Thank you.
Elaine, you're up.
Okay, this was something that helped me get through the pandemic. I photographed all these birds just during this shelter in place period. And you can see that most of the birds are sitting on the same kind of rock. And that's because we have a little pond right outside, right next to our patio. And during the spring, I'm always amazed at how many birds stop there as they're migrating through the area that we don't normally see. And I have to hurry up and grab my camera and take a picture of them through my sliding glass dirty window. And usually the idea is just to get an image that I can use to identify what kind of bird it is, because sometimes we think, oh, what's that? I've never seen that before. And if I can get a decent enough picture, I can look it up and see what it is. So, they're not all fantastic. And this is the first time I've tried to tile pictures together like this, and it's very sloppy. But these are only some of the birds that we've seen. I've seen so many warblers. I mean, I just can't even believe it. And normally we would probably go through when we wouldn't see them because we're out traveling someplace else looking for birds. But I had to stay home this year and look at what gift I was given. So
it's certainly a colorful collection of birds. They're cool.
Well, if you go back to it real quick, I'll be real quick. The one on the top left is a hooded Oreo. The next one is a Western Tanager. The next one's a Scrub Jay. The next one's a Wilson's Warbler. The middle one is a Nashville Warbler. The one on the far right is a black-headed grosbeak. The hummingbird is an Allen's hummingbird. And of course, the other one's a little yellow finch, goldfinch. But anyway.
Very cool.
That's
very nice.
Yeah.
And then this is something soft. And one of these images was a new one that I took, but I thought that's boring. So Ron doesn't like this, but I decided to make a cloud quilt. because quilts are soft and clouds are soft. So,
That's really nice, Elaine.
well,
Yeah,
then
it is.
I just am always attracted, when the skies are different and the clouds look different. I always take pictures of the clouds, and I always ask myself, well, I don't know why. I don't know what I'm going to do with these cloud pictures because I don't usually replace skies, and these wouldn't be very useful to put in most scenes anyway. But
Well, I don't know if you take that center one
yeah,
and added some houses in the ground,
yeah, if I was talented enough to do it and make it look real.
Actually, the center one looks like something Jim would use for a backdrop.
You know what, that center one was when we were the last time we went to Death Valley, and that was taken from when we got back to our trailer in the evening. That was right over the campground area. It was pretty cool. This is food, and I was trying to do a little still life.
Beautifully executed.
Well,
Yeah, I'd say.
thank you.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm learning. I'm trying to learn. I think the main thing is to have a good, good props, good background, and the lighting. I've been playing with the lighting. Thank you.
And they're nice.
That's my toilet paper. Said to be creative, and I thought, well, what I was going to wrap it around my face and make a mask, but I decided to try to light it with the colored lights like we did the printer paper, but it was a lot harder to work with. Nice. And I have to give Greg credit, 99% credit for this image, because he was the one who pointed out to us that you could actually see the moons around Jupiter. And so I had to do it. I had to go out the next time we were out in the evening and see if I could actually see them. And I could. And when I took the picture of them, they were not next to the moon at that time, but Jupiter is oftentimes next to the moon. And I found an image that I had of the moon with Jupiter right there. So I just switched out the Jupiter for a new Jupiter that showed the moons.
Very nice, Elaine.
So thank you, Greg. That's all from your sharing with us.
It was just an experiment. And it worked.
It did. It was. I thought it was exciting.
I have a question for you on that, Greg. Can you usually see the moons of Jupiter, or is that just sometimes?
No, always there. You just need a long enough lens.
Oh, okay.
And I was at 560 millimeters.
Okay.
I was at 400, but that's a heavily cropped image of the Jupiter part.
If you go onto a mountaintop, you can use 100 millimeter.
Mount Everest?
If I didn't already have a picture of the moon with Jupiter next to it, I wouldn't have known, the size, how to make the size correct. But I had that other Jupiter, so I could kind of copy. This is something that smells nice, and we have the flower, but we also see the bee, and the bee makes honey, which I think smells nice.
Oh, that's a good picture. Good capture.
Yeah, that is.
That was from my backyard too. That's sitting on the deck. Almost all these pictures were taken in the last few months.
Do you remember what the shutter speed was?
I put it on automatic ISO, and I let the camera decide on things like that. So it was pretty fast. It was a sunny day, and I just wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, because the wing is fairly sharp. It's a little blurry, but you caught it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it up in bridge.
I could, but let's just move on for right now. This is something that reminds me of someone I'd like to hug right now. When my first grandchild was born, we were traveling to Missouri to visit Lon's mom. She had just been hospitalized, and actually she passed away while we were there. And in the gift shop in the hospital, they had this little monkey, and I decided to buy it for my grandson. So there's a lot of memories and meaning with this little guy, and we always ended up just keeping it here for when the grandkids visited us here.
I was expecting a picture of Ron.
Yeah, I thought of that.
Yeah, but he's
The
been
monkey-
around too many years.
The monkey's a lot more cooperative. He would have been sticking his nose out or something. This is something red. This is like from my backyard again. I have had a record bumper crop of tomatoes this year. I've started counting them, and I've counted 335 tomatoes so far from a single plant. And I did not plant the plant this year. This was one that volunteered from last year's plant. And, yeah, I've made tomato sauce. I've given some away. I've made roasted tomatoes, and we've eaten them until we're almost turning red ourselves. But that's it.
Okay, thank you. Wonderful.
Yeah, those are great.
Thank you.
Jim, why is your file empty here?
I have my own. I'm going to show my own.
Oh, okay. I was expecting him, and I guess I got premature there.
Well, that seems like a problem for you.
Yeah, that's what all the women tell me.
Oh,
That's so cute.
Senior Larry.
Right, that is Kay, my favorite dog when I'm with her. I have 3 other favorite dogs too, so anyway.
We won't tell her.
And they all it's all there. So
cutie.
That's a great photo, Larry.
That is.
that is. That's a great photo.
All my big dogs have always loved the overstuffed leather chairs. They just go to them.
Cheryl has a nice picture of Crema, one of our big white dogs in there. Here's something soft. Cheryl got some sheep to keep me company when she goes to Bakersfield. So
That's a good one.
I thought it was kind of cute. So
You know those sheep lie.
And here's my favorite food. I made chili, and that's something with onions, and we have tomatoes too. Not 300 though, but and peppers. With the peppers are really good. They're nice and hot, but yeah. Anyway, the chili was good.
That's a nice composed image.
Yeah.
Very
I
nice.
could have
Yeah, it is.
tomato a little bit more, I think, but anyway.
Ah, the pride of pet ownership.
They're showing photos. One of them is Larry Booker's cat with shredded toilet paper in the bathroom.
The bowl is empty. They started going, and they think it's a toy. So and they caught him right in the act.
So that's real. That's not staged.
Yeah.
Look at him. It looks like he's saying, "It wasn't me. I didn't do it."
Yeah.
We had 2
That's a good one.
from the same litter, and anyway, they were pretty mischievous. Yeah.
That's precious.
Around, I just the way the lemons grow around here. This is a Meyer lemon tree, and they just seem to be either flowering or giving you fruit like all year long. Really nice tree. So if anybody wants a nice ornamental tree that gives them good stuff, these are the trees to go with.
More lemons than I could ever use.
Yeah, it's amazing. This is just like a 3-foot tree, and it just makes more, like you said, more lemons than you can use.
And they stay small like that?
They're not that small.
Yeah, they get to be like a couple 3-inch diameter. Yeah, and this I did not alter either. So maybe Ed did the right thing by making it black and white. But this is Cheryl gets me roses about every year, and this is Chris Everett rose, and they just have the spectacular color to them.
What about fragrance?
Not a big smell. It's not a big smell, but it's a nice smell.
Yeah, a lot of the hybrids lose their fragrance.
Yeah.
This one isn't too bad though. It's pretty decent.
Yeah. And this reminds me of someone I like to hug right now. Being pretty.
That was my first thought. Cheryl's Cosmetics.
Right. There's being a chemistry major is easier than being a woman. And cosmetics. I have no idea what you would do with all that stuff. But Cheryl knows.
That's a good one.
She needs a bigger desk. Is what it is.
Wow.
And something red. Went to visit my brother in Muskegon this past February, and it was cold as it looks. And this is right on Lake Michigan, and the only thing out there with any color was that lighthouse.
Well, that's a great picture.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I really like it.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
But the horizon was tilted.
Bad, Jim.
Okay, Penny.
Oh,
Water level.
She's beautifying Mr. Ed.
that's my latest shot I've taken of Ed, my toilet paper model.
I thought he was measuring his beard.
Maybe.
The more you cover, the better I look.
It's now 2 sheets long.
Ed and I were channeling our bunny shots, I guess. This is not Harry, but this guy lived at Montaña de Oro. So. Who doesn't like fair food?
Oh, no.
Me.
Oh, yeah.
Never touch.
That was my probably my first attempt at doing night photography. I think was at the fairgrounds.
That was pretty good.
Okay.
This is my toilet paper.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
This is the butt view.
From a bus view.
I love the fact you can see all the quilting.
Yeah.
Stuck a little
Like
pocket
dimples on
cap
their
up there.
finger.
Anyway.
That's cool.
To you. Okay.
Something round.
Something soft.
Yeah. He loves his. This is a heated cat bed.
It's heated. Oh, wow.
It
Well,
turns
your
on
cats
when
are
he gets in
spoiled.
it.
I guess.
Spoiled kitty.
Does it plug in?
Yes. Yes.
Add water.
Yeah. I was thinking something right along those lines.
Okay, it looks like everybody likes flowers for smelling nice. And this is at Euphoria also.
Nice detail.
Yeah.
Nice color.
Pretty cool.
Probably with my macro lens that I have that Ed got me.
Very nice.
And this is my reminder shot. When my sisters and I, about a month after my mom passed, or no, it was after she passed, I went around the house and took photos before everything was taken out of the house. And this is her favorite chair.
Oh.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, I'm glad I took those photos.
Mm-hmm.
Something red. I just got a new cooking pot, so this is it.
Is it Le Creuset?
Is this an ad for Kenmore or Lake Rosette?
Well, it's actually a lodge.
Oh, it's a lodge. Okay.
It's just my stove and my pot. That's all.
Okay, Rosie, you're up.
All righty. So this is something that helps get me through the pandemic.
Woman after my own heart.
The wine is actually from my cousin's winery up in Healdsburg. So they have the Montclair. That's just that. Okay, next one. Something soft. So this is a very, very soft bunny that I put out at Easter time. So I pulled that out and it's really, really soft.
Oh,
Cool.
Pizza. That's my favorite food, being Italian. It's pizza. So that's my favorite food.
That's a great shot with the detail.
And
could you actually find that pizza in Italy?
No.
That's what I thought.
And actually, this is a cauliflower crust pizza.
Oh.
Weight Watchers.
I don't know. No, I mean, I just eat the cauliflower pizza. I like it a lot, actually.
Okay.
You find it, Rosie?
At the grocery store.
Yep. Available.
Yeah, they have a lot of them now.
I've tried it. It's really good.
Yeah. So this is my toilet paper.
You bought it at the beginning of the lockdown?
That's right.
Is in the lockbox of the bank.
Yeah, that was back when they were selling it for lots of money.
Well, stock up now, because can you imagine what would happen if the next virus gave everybody raging diarrhea?
Okay, so I wanted something different. I don't know how many pictures I took of something round. And so this is the fan in my family room.
Yeah.
So I got on the ground and actually took it looking up. And that's the fan.
It would be really something if you took it looking down.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, next one. And this is some flowers that I have in a vase. It's just an array of flowers, and that's something that smells nice.
It's beautiful.
And okay, so this is a stuffed animal that I got when I was very young. So it's like 53 years old. And I got to sew the nose back on, but I got this for Christmas one year, and it sits on my bed, and so I took a picture of it. His name is Brownie.
It reminds me of the Toy Story toys that were parts for things. Oh. That's sweet.
And this is something red. It was going to be my red and round, but so I got this in Cuba when I went to Cuba, and that's my something red.
Nobody would have guessed.
No, I just bought it at the store, and it said Cuba on it, so I got it. No.
All right. I believe that's the last of what I have on file. Oh, Cheryl, you have some show and tell you wanted to do. Do you want to do that at the end?
Yes.
Was that yes? I can't hear you.
How about now?
I can hear you
Now
now.
it's fine. Okay. Oops.
I hear you now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Suffering.
We can't hear you if you don't say anything.
Who are you talking to, me or Cheryl?
Carol.
Carol.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
She can't hear us.
We can hear you, Cheryl. We could. We can't anymore. There you are.
You hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I think it was supposed to be a show and tell. So I sent Greg some images for show and tell. Maybe somebody else has some others to present. Larry and I went to Alaska last week, and we wanted to get away from the smoke, the bad air quality, and so we went to a place that's 30 miles above Fairbanks, and we're hoping to see the Northern Lights, which just the visibility starts towards the end of August.
Because of the length of the night.
Yeah, because of the length of the night. And we had to, between about 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. was when you had to get up to see it. However, it rained every day that we were there and was quite cloudy. And the first 2 days were, 2 nights were not good. But the third night, I went out and I could sort of see some light in the sky. So I took my camera out, and lo and behold, at longer exposure times, you could see, I have it here, longer exposure times, you could see the Northern Lights. So you couldn't see it with your naked eye. This particular image was, I think that was the last image, taken at ISO 1250 in 10 seconds.
I think it's Jupiter over there on the right.
Jupiter on the right, Larry says. Anyway, so that was at, like 2 a.m. So you're seeing some light that is, there's complete black there. We are facing the opposite way from Fairbanks. There's no light pollution. So that is what that is from the Northern Lights. So you can see there are some clouds there.
Wow.
This one was 3200 f 3.5, 5 seconds, 28 millimeters, just the sky. Now again, we couldn't see this with our naked eye. This was what the camera picked up.
Wow.
Really pretty.
It's like the Milky Way.
Wow.
When I started yelling and screaming, "Oh my gosh, there's something there!" You can see on the left-hand side, there's a little bit of green, and I don't know about that red, but everything that's brown and kind of bluish in the sky is clouds. So there was this area of clouds that cleared, and this is what you could see of the Northern Lights at 3 a.m. with these weird, interesting lights coming through.
It almost looks like dawn.
Yeah, it does. But it was pitch black, honestly. And all you could really see was, well, there's this faint light up there. Couldn't see very much. That was 15 seconds, that one. And the place where we were staying, these yurts that were like igloos, and that you see the one in the foreground there was the type of place we were staying in, and that was the one that was in front of us. And again, a longer image, 10 seconds and 6400. And yeah, but it was just so crazy to us that you couldn't actually see any of these colors in the sky with the naked eye.
Wow.
Okay, that's all I've got.
Okay. Well, I'll show something for the scavenger hunt. Let's see if I can. Yeah. Let's see here. I got to share the screen. Share. I think this is it.
Out of there.
Let's see. So this is something that helped me get through the COVID-19, because I'm glad I'm not there. Let's see here. How is this going to work?
Is Calvin there too?
God.
So this is it's not cooperating with me here. So this is something soft.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
It's I made this with that Petsball lens that I talked about the other day,
Oh, yeah.
and then you get that softness, and then oops.
Shouldn't have
I
that,
don't
Jim.
want, I don't want that. Anyway, I added some texture to it. It's kind of arranged like a Van Gogh, or as the Dutch say, Van Gogh, or Van Gogh, I guess. I wish that thing would. Let me see if I can clear that. Close the window.
My God, your computer's slow.
Yeah, well, it's coming off of a thumb drive. That's why. Oops. This is not cooperating with me for some reason. I don't know why.
Still have Photoshop open in the background, so be careful.
Yeah. This is favorite food because I make a lot of bell peppers with onions and fry them. Burn them up. I like them burnt. So
Charred.
that's the right.
Jim, you were playing with your new lights?
I was, but not for this. I have the light on it, but faced away from the peppers themselves because it blew out some of the highlights in the center here. So what I did is I put those little votive candles behind it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like that effect.
Yeah.
Explains why it's so yellow.
Yeah. Whoops. And then this is the toilet paper one.
Wow.
That's creative.
Cool.
Yeah. I made the photos a woman named Amanda. And so I made that photo a little while ago. And so what I did is I printed this out on a 8.5 by 11. I printed her photo. I put the photo on a table. And so that's this brown area around it is the table. And then I just laid a piece of the toilet paper over it and lit it with the new lights and made a photo of it.
That's
Cool.
really cool. I like that.
Yeah, thanks.
Looks like you're in Photoshop.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't be. Let me get out of that. Why don't I just close it? Cancel, hang on. Well, forget it, I'll go over here.
Q.
And then this one is
Round.
what I made. This is on the River Seine in Paris. So I made that in October when I was over there.
I like how it frames the other ring.
Yeah, I wanted to get that. I wanted to get that in particular.
I think that would have been an image that would focus stacking would have really improved it.
Yeah, well, I didn't want it focus stacked.
Yeah, I like it out of focus,
Yeah.
actually.
The background. You want it out of focus.
Yeah, the ring has more impact by being the element.
Yeah. The ring is the subject,
Yeah.
So, and then this is something that smells nice.
Smelling your own armpit?
It smells like roses.
Working.
One, Jim.
Yeah,
Good one.
Yeah, thanks.
It looks like the flowers are dying. Is that right?
Yeah.
They're definitely wilted.
Yeah, they. I lit that one with the new lights. No, I was looking for something to do, so I just thought I'd screw around a little bit. You know. And then this one is something that reminds me of someone I'd like to hug. This is a friend of mine named Rochelle. I haven't seen her for about 4 years.
Nice.
Wow.
And then this one is it's a self-portrait.
Another butt.
Something red. It's
I'm gonna take that from you.
with apple. That's what it's called.
Too fun.
So anyway, that's it.
Very creative.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
I'm liable to have nightmares tonight.
You're having nightmares.
I'm
You're having
gonna see
nightmares. I have to
apples
live
from,
with.
I'm gonna see apples from a whole different perspective now. I'm going for oranges instead.
Those stems are kind of sharp.
Some to share anyway. You ready?
It's going to be a hard act to follow, Tony.
I know.
He's up to it.
All right, I can see that this is what keeps you surviving.
Yes. Martini. Yes, a nice martini with the zest of lemon.
Oh, nice. Nice pink.
Keeps you going. The next one is something soft. Some candy floss.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ah,
Candy floss.
Yes, candy floss in a bag.
We call it cotton candy.
cotton candy.
Candy, that's right. We call it candy floss where I live.
Yeah.
You can't floss your teeth with it.
Yeah, right.
You can't wear it for a bikini.
Good, but you never want to get wet.
Okay, the next one is a favourite food, and these ribs are about to go in the oven.
Mm.
They were delicious.
it looked like you needed some toilet paper on the side.
I think the next one is toilet paper.
Yeah.
It may offend some of you.
That would scare me too much.
It'd make me constipated.
Oh, I hope any Republicans amongst you aren't too offended. Okay, something round. This is a super blue blood moon, January the 31st, 2018. We're out there, it's damn well freezing, waiting for this, but it gets that red colour, apparently. I don't know why it's called a blue blood moon, because it's red to me.
It was a blue moon. It was the second full moon in the month, so it's a blue moon.
Oh, well, that's it. Yeah. Very complicated. Anyway, we saw it was coming up, so Karen Carson and I went out there, froze our butts off at 3 o'clock in the morning.
But a good
Where did you
result.
go to take it, Tony?
Sorry?
Where did you go to take it?
It's over towards Morro Bay. There's a sort of a bird sanctuary type place.
Okay.
It's got these
So you're, and it was no marine there.
we were standing there, tripods, taking these photos, and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and some guy walks along and just stands there staring at us. We're on the boardwalk. He keeps shuffling his feet, so it's obvious it's moving the camera,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
Oh, that turned out well.
Yeah, it was fun. It worked. This is something that smells nice.
Mhm.
And this was taken in my darkroom studio using lights, obviously. So
Is that an acronym for your BDSM dungeon?
yes, yeah, yes. You
So
see some of the
must
pictures I got in there.
you must have sprayed the water drops.
Yeah, I sprayed the water on it because, as
Yes.
I say, it's in the darkroom and
Yeah.
it's done. It's macro, obviously. I use
it-
the extension tube because I can't afford a macro lens.
Oh, that works.
And but it is with a studio flashlight, the one that I have. You know, I only have one. I don't have more than one. But I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
And this is someone I'd like to hug. It reminds me, both my parents are long gone now, and I'd love to see them again.
Yes.
And that's my grandmother to the left, my father's mother. So, and something red.
Hmm.
Wow.
Very good.
Randolph Hearst fire engine.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Hearst Castle.
Yes, Hearst Castle.
Oh,
William Randolph Hearst.
Yes, WRH. And it's dodgy.
That's dodgy.
dodgy.
I like the red light as much as I like the rest of it, actually.
I like your reflection in the we can see your reflection.
Yeah, yeah. That's me done.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Nice. Very nice.
Anybody else want to share?
Nope.
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 Yes. Have you been trying to figure out the honorable mention? First, second, third, and honorable mention?
Okay, we have, let's see.
There were some very good photos.
That was so fun. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
I did too. I liked it.
Well, I can I think securely say that that Jim McInnes had overall the most points for his presentation. So thank you, Jim. You're number one.
Hey, thanks.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
We'll never forget that apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the clincher.
Don't ask where it is now.
And then I'll give honorable mention to Rosie and Elaine. 2 honorable mentions for their
Oh,
efforts.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bravo.
And also I'll recognize Larry and Tony also.
Thanks.
I really love the picture of your favorite friend in the leather chair.
Yeah.
It's a great photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dog shot should maybe come into competition
Yeah.
sometime.
Images are hard to take. They don't ever cooperate. That had nice light and everything.
So you'd like to do another scavenger hunt in the future?
I would. I liked it.
That was so much fun. I'd like to do it. I ran out of time to get anything together, but I would like to try to do it next time.
It was fun
Okay.
to see what everybody came up with also.
Yeah.
It was fun. Just to
Wow.
watch.
It's fun, imaginative.
If anyone has a clue or a few clues that they'd want to email me, then I would include them on maybe a future hunt.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, perhaps January would be a good time.
So basically 8 clues like we had this time?
I think so. That worked
Yeah,
out
that's
pretty good,
that's a
I'd
good
say.
number.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you can get some really good ideas on the 52-week challenges, photo challenges online. They have
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of,
Yeah, that's what I did draw on a lot of different type of lists that I saw like that. Very
Penny,
interesting.
I wouldn't mind if you wanted to run this thing more like a competition. If everybody sends me their images, I'll group them by 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can choose number 1 in every one of the 8 categories.
Okay, let's
It's
do
really
it
not that much
way.
work.
That's a good idea.
It would make it, fun to see how the group would react to it. So I'm willing to do that. It's not that much work.
Well,
But
okay.
would you label them A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3?
Well, you guys send them to me as image 1, 2, 3. There's 8 categories. You label each image. I would group them in a separate folder by 1, 2, 3,
Right.
4.
Gotcha. Right.
And then we would look at each folder separately and decide which one or which 3 in the group scored 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
And we could do
It's not that difficult for me to do.
Okay, and we could do it without naming who's doing what till the end. Yeah. Okay.
And that maybe we get more people involved.
Maybe, yeah.
Would we do that as a competition rather than as a program meeting?
Well, we treat it's a program meeting, but we treat it as an internal competition.
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
You can come up with the most hilarious or beautiful image for that topic. Jim won tonight for most unusual.
I
did my kids.
He put his all into it.
I saw Ed's, but I heard about it. So the other part of the story of that butt shot that Ed did in Shoshone is later that same time of day, but after Ed had already been over there, I noticed these guys sitting out on the patio and they pointed at me and started laughing. And I didn't really know what they were doing and what was so funny about me walking around with a tripod and a camera, but now I figured it out. They were daring, who's going to go tell her to take a shot of their butt? None of them did.
You'd have to tell them, I'm sorry, my husband does butts. I only do fronts.
I want to. So one of the things I did like about the way this was done tonight is that we did know whose picture was what. So because we usually don't in a competition. So I kind of, if we do it the other way, that's fine too. But I did kind of like the format where we get to see all of somebody's grouping of pictures.
Yeah, a lot of explanations. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the explanations were very much part of it.
Yes. Yeah.
All of our caterwauling in the background, but
well, I think we could still do that if we put all of 1 together. We could each take a turn to talk about ours, and we would still know whose was whose. And get to talk about them because I think that's part of the fun.
Yeah, I think that's
show and tell.
Okay.
Show and tell. Well, the thing is too is perhaps if we did it that way, I wouldn't have to be the one to judge. We could all choose whoever does best in that one subject.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't fair because you were in it too, and obviously you weren't going to pick your own images. So,
true.
Yeah. If we're going to do that, what we'd have to do is show the first one, and then all of us vote.
Yeah.
And then move on to the second one.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
And it's just friendly competition. It's not like we're going to die over it or No,
it's going to be on which is the most interesting, which is the funniest, and sometimes it might be which is the best damn image.
Yeah.
Most impact, whatever it is. Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Yeah, the most effort.
Or the least effort.
Well, it's
like Ed's picture through the toilet paper.
Photo, that's the least effort.
However, I love the Decker's picture of the dog with the roll of toilet paper.
Oh yeah.
Cat.
The cat.
Cat, yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of effort, I think, to have staged that one.
She went over that toilet paper thing and stuck it down when he was taking it.
she ran around all week getting the dog pooping. She kept on waiting.
It's a
Would you
good
poop
thing you
already?
don't
I'm
have
waiting.
real
I got the
close
camera.
neighbors watching you.
Oh, Lordy.
Well, you know, when I picked toilet paper as one of the subjects on the hunt, I tried to pick something that I didn't expect anyone to have something in their repertoire, in their portfolio. I didn't think there would be like Larry pulling that one up with the toilet paper. I really didn't expect that someone would have an old photo.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to fall back on a photo if we don't have time to find a subject, but it is also nice to push ourselves to try to think of
Yeah.
something specific too. It was a
Yeah,
nice
all of
balance.
mine were new. I did
Yeah.
all of mine new.
Yeah, mine were mostly new or within the last few months.
Regarding the toilet paper, there was a picture on the news a few weeks ago before they shut down the Big Sur completely. They'd already closed all the campgrounds. They closed all the parking lots. They go out there in the weekend and there were 350 cars parked along the road. And all these people were camping. And there was no place for them to go to the bathroom because the park was closed. So the news had this picture of all this used toilet paper just laying in mounds all over the place.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
It was
Jeez.
disgusting. And I'm going,
Oh boy.
I mean, people get a life here. It was awful.
That's terrible.
And of course, it's right after that, the Big Sur caught on fire. We still have the Dolan fire burning out of control down there.
I just got a newsletter today from John Sexton, and he was affected by the fires. His wife went out in front of their house. I guess they live kind of in the country outside of Monterey, and she actually saw one of the fires start and called it in. But that one was about 3 miles away, and they didn't have to evacuate. But then another fire started that was within 1 mile of their home, and they had to evacuate. And so he had a little write-up in the story about it. And they have a cat, and the cat, of course, was stressed out because, they can sense things are going on. So he wrote the cat diary of what the cat was thinking every day during this time. It was really kind of cute.
Well, the Big Sur fire,
They didn't lose their home, so.
yeah, they termed the Big Sur fire, the Dolan fire, was started by someone deliberately.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yep.
If they catch these guys, besides putting them in jail, they should cut their fingers off.
Well, you remember
Should light
they
'em
used
on
to
fire.
burn witches at the stake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a pyromaniac, I think maybe it's a like-kind treatment.
Yeah, it's something severe for sure.
Yeah. Well, folks, thank you. A lot of fun. I will see those of you on the board September the 15th. You'll get a reminder by email, and we'll see everybody September the 16th for competition. Please enter 2 images.
Wait a minute. Wait. You got to go take your medicine. Go take your medicine.
There's Mama.
Good night, Elaine.
Hi, Elaine.
Hi, Elaine.
Hey, guys, it was a great meeting. I
What?
enjoyed
It
it.
was fun.
Well done,
Thank you,
Greg.
Penny.
Thank
It's a
you.
great idea.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you, Cheryl.
Very good.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, I'm going to stop recording.
Adios.
See y'all later.
Catch up with